Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. Let's take a look at the charts. We are fast approaching our objective, 343.90. This is a long-term channel top, former channel top, still a base of support on the way back down. Two-year structure we settled above several months ago that indicated 506.37, which we almost tested about a month and a half later, and now we're falling back to the 343.90 channel top, which represents a buy opportunity as we move not only through March, but even through the second quarter. I back for 343.90 up with a 3/8 Fibonacci. That's from the January 23 low against that more recent high from a couple of months ago. It is a zone of support, once again, that can contain selling on a longer term scope. And by that I mean quarterly selling pressures through the second quarter, perhaps. From here, over the next 3 to 5 months, the market can make its way into the low 500 region, 506.37, 5-year channel top. Now, while I'm talking about this particular chart, and even if we were to close below it today, 340.80, I would urge settlement on Friday to see where we're at with respect to this chart in terms of whether you play the short side then moving through the month of March. That doesn't mean you should hold a long position. Don't get me wrong. I do think you need to put your stop loss in, have it be wherever you normally would put it, whatever your normal rules would be. I don't like to risk more than 2% of my trading capital on any given endeavor, whether it's a day trade or a long-term position trade. But if we close Friday below 340.80 over the next 2 to 3 months or sooner, it could be a lot sooner. This would then look more like your church steeple rally, your parabolic move where it gives it all back pretty quickly. Like this, within several weeks, 3 to 5 weeks, we could see 246.21. So I see no good reason to stay long Tesla if we close the week below 340.80, and if your time horizon is 2 to 3 months or sooner. It's just sort of the way I see it playing out. Now for the day itself, I still got 364.56. This former channel bottom is day resistance, and below which we can today actually test 343.90, which is once again this longer-term channel top combined with 340.80. If we happen to close today below 340.80, we could potentially, by Friday's close, reach 309.40. But I think that is even off the mark. As we continue to erode in value, as the price begins to become lower and lower, typically your average daily range will narrow as well. So the same volatility would result in a narrower day trade range. 309.40 though, if we close today below 340.80, I wouldn't discount the possibility that by the end of next week we test 309.40. But nonetheless, it is the weekly settlement below the 343.90 down to 340.80 area that would set up another significant sell signal. This one over the next couple of months down to 246.21 and rising, where we could bottom out on a quarterly, potentially annual basis. Let's take a look at the upside once again. I already mentioned how we've got 364.56. That is really a range up to 371 even that you can see here. I don't think you should sell the range. Really what I'm saying is I think you can sell 364.56 and hold out for 343.90. But in terms of playing the long side of the market as we move into later week, it is not so much a settlement above 364.56, but rather today above 371 even. And this is a newly formed descending channel top. It is a 1-week channel top that can in its own right contain daily highs. And so, yes, if we push through 364.56, 371 even is likely, and we can top out here for the day. And if we back away from here, it will keep 343.90 in reach this week, holding below this 371 even descending channel top. Now, if we do close today above 371 even, That is our indication of a good weekly low, 393.05. Then likely within just a couple of days, a 393.05 can contain weekly highs, as you can see here. And so this is by its own right a 2 to 3 week channel top, able to contain weekly buying pressures. From here we could fall away again. I'll be talking a lot more about this structure in the coming days. Once we test 343.90, this is kind of your 1 to 2 week target, 393.05. So 3 to 5 day, 1 to 2 week swing traders buying the low 340s, holding out for this descending channel top in the low 390s and dropping. If you're more in the 2 to 3 week, 3 to 5 week time horizon, if that is your normal chosen time frame that you like to trade, then it really is the 420s, as I mentioned yesterday. If we test the low 340s long-term support, it is this channel top or a variation thereof at 425.32 that I would consider to be a 3 to 5 week objective by the end of March. It would be a settlement above this 393.05 descending channel top that would indicate 425.32 within a week or two of trade. But right now, I think you can break our time frames down into buying the low 340s, expecting the low 390s within a week or two, buying the low 340s, expecting the 420s within about 3 to 5 weeks. You can see I've got the 425.32 formation as a 4-star resistance that, if tested in the coming weeks, can contain monthly buying pressures, and we can fall away again from there. And finally, it would be a settlement above 425.32 that would set up 506.37 as a 3 to 5 week objective. 506.37, once again, long-term 5-year channel top resistance, able to contain quarterly, possibly annual buying pressures. I do want to remind you that last week we put out 2 stock picks on Qualcomm and AST satellite systems. We're putting out 2 more this week. Check out wickedstocks.com. Take advantage of our 5-day free trial. You'll see last week's analysis, the weeks before. Most of it's actually all quite relevant. So you'll see a lot of good stuff. If you take advantage of that 5-day free trial, you'll see this week's stock picks as well. Daily Triple Q, daily SPY analysis, weekly Apple stock analysis, etc., etc. I'm going to leave it at that for Tuesday's test. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with Wednesdays. You have a great day.